right. Hello. It's been a long time. It has been a long time since I have done this. Life has been lifing. Child. But anyway, I'm on today because today is April 21st, 2026, which is the 10-year anniversary of Prince Rogers Nelson passing away. I was a huge Prince fan. I still am. The fact that I'm wearing a purple shirt right now was really unintentional because, I just wasn't thinking about it. But today there was like a series of events that happened and it led to this moment right here. And so, what I'm going to do is, I believe he should already be here. Let's see. Look at you. I believe he should already be here, right? Yes, he is here. So, I'm going to talk to him for a bit. I'm going to use the tarot if that's okay. However you want to do it. Okay. He's saying however I want to do it. So, by the way, you can't see it, but I'm using the spirit board for this. Like I said, I'm going to use the tarot, and then if Mr. What should I call you? Should I call you Mr. Prince? No. Prince is fine. Okay, so if it's okay with Prince, I'm a little pressed for time. I only have about 40 minutes. Well, I got less than 40 now of space on my device to record with. I mean, I hope you're okay with me recording. Okay. I only got about 38 minutes to record with, and so, and then aside from that, I'm on limited time anyway. So, if we can just chat, you can tell me whatever it is that you want to tell me, or we can talk about whatever you want to talk about with the cards, and then we can come back later on today and have a bit more intimate session where we just communicate directly like this with the spirit board. Very thoughtful. Hurry so you don't use your time. Okay. All right, let's go. So Prince is here. I've been vibing for the last hour or so. And so just for additional confirmation, I'm setting the spirit board aside, and I'll just be using the pendulum, for yes and no questions if I feel a little bit confused about anything for this session. We're going to use the Santa Muerte Color Tarot. This is the same deck that I used when I did my Rob Pilatus reading back in 2024. So, oh, Talking too much. Okay. Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is the first card. Muerte, aka Death. The Bride, you know. Tower. Tower. Then we got Chariot in reverse. Mm-hmm. And then we got the Knight of Cups. And then we got the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. And then the last card that is out is the Temperance card in reverse. So, where are we going with this? Where are we going with this? So, to me, what I think I'm picking up here is, I don't know. So let's just start here, okay? So the Queen of Cups, in the more traditional tarot, is this a woman who is, or is a feminine figure? Doesn't necessarily have to be a woman, I suppose, but it's somebody who is very much in control of her or their emotions. Now, the way it's depicted on this card, the Queen of Cups has a staff, and she also has the world in her hands with a bouquet of roses behind her, right? And she shows up. This was the first card that came up. I also noticed the color red here. Red is, usually, it's emotions, but it's also like passion, love, stuff like that. And she shows up next to death. I don't want to say that Prince welcomed death or that he was trying to take himself out or nothing like that. But he wasn't surprised to see her. It's like, this is somebody right here, somebody who's emotionally balanced. They have, like, I imagine, like, if you got the whole world in your hands, it's like you have everything that you could have had, right? Like everything, the world and all there is within or thereof, right? It's like you have it all, and it's right here. You got your flowers, everything's good, the flowers are behind you. So I won't say that death was something he was aiming for, you know, like he would have kept going, like would have kept living if he had had the chance, but it's not like, but like he was okay with it. Let's bring it back to mind. A couple of weeks maybe before he passed, there was he had an issue on an airplane. I remember this clearly because I remember looking at it and thinking, looking at the headline and thinking like, oh man, I hope Prince is okay, because they said that he had to have an emergency landing. And they never actually said what was wrong with him. I think they said, oh, he just had the flu or something. But he came out on stage a few days later, was like, hey, I'm fine, save your prayers, don't worry about me. And then a few days after that, he was dead. So whatever it was, he knew it was coming. It wasn't like how, some people pass away suddenly whenever they just drop dead. Like, oh, they drop dead and then they get up and then they don't realize they're dead right away. I know Prince knew that he was dead or dying, and he knew it was coming. Um, Hence the Tower card, um, showing up right after Santa Muerte. Um, and then the Chariot card that came, the reverse Chariot card that came right after. It was Santa Muerte, the Tower, and then the reverse Chariot is like something or. Okay. Before I go any further, I forgot to mention that this is for entertainment purposes. This is alleged and for entertainment purposes only. I don't actually know anything, okay? Um, this is just me playing around with tarot cards and coming up with stuff. Because I feel like I'm getting off into conspiracy land a little bit with the direction that I'm going. Like, I can't prove anything, but to me, this is with Santa Muerte, with death, the Tower, and the reverse Chariot is like somebody put a stop to him. If that makes sense. Somebody put a stop, or something put a stop to Prince, and I don't necessarily think that it was anything that he did. Like, I think they said officially it was fentanyl. He overdosed on fentanyl for, he was taking pain medication for his aches and pains that come along with aging, and also doing the type of dance moves and stunts that he used to do in his heyday. He was taking fentanyl to deal with that pain. That's what the report said anyway. But see, the Nine of Cups is about like enjoying the fruits of your labor. Not the Nine of Cups. I'm sorry. The Nine of Pentacles is about enjoying the fruits of your labor. This is where another situation where you should be able to enjoy having the world in your hands, having what you worked for. But no, he's not able to get what he worked for fully. He's not able to enjoy the fruits of his labor. Got the Temperance card in reverse. So one thing I noticed, or that I remember, was how strict Prince was about his music, how it was shared and distributed and whatnot. I mean, that was the whole thing with him changing his name to the unpronounceable symbol, right? The artist formerly known as Prince, because he wanted to have control over his own life and his own art, as well as his own money, right? Right or wrong, whether you agree with it or not, because I remember there being this one incident from years ago, obviously. I mean, Prince been gone 10 years. This happened much longer than 10 years ago. I think it was when YouTube was really starting to get popular. There was a woman who had recorded a video of her baby dancing to a Prince song. I think it was Let's Go Crazy. And Prince's team came out and sent her a cease and desist letter after she posted it on YouTube. I think it started to get a little traction on YouTube. I remember that made the news and everything. And I remember seeing like comments online, people talking trash about Prince, like, that's so petty. I remember thinking to myself a little bit that like, that was kind of petty, like, wasn't even that serious. But I mean, Prince was about his business though, and so you can't be. I mean, I suppose you can be, but like, you can't be too mad at that, I suppose. Especially now that I'm here, in my life, and in the years since then, I've put out my own book, and I've had my own blog for years, and I know I have refused to take certain routes, or I've withdrawn from going certain routes, which, it might have cost me monetarily, but, just the idea of having my own stuff, um, I don't know, like, I mean, I would love to get paid for it, I ain't gonna lie, but just to be able to say that I own the rights to what's mine, um, like, I understand, I get it, and the more time that goes by, it seems like a lot more people are starting to understand Prince too. So he was definitely a trailblazer in that regard. In many different aspects, he was a trailblazer, but especially in that when it comes to like what's yours is yours, and you should be able to have some kind of say over what your stuff is used for and how your stuff is used. So if you gotta be the bad guy, you're gonna be the bad guy sometimes. You know what Kendrick say? Say I'll make a mad if somebody gotta do it. Like, Prince ain't care. So anyway, at the bottom of the deck is the Seven of Wands. Um, Seven of Wands. On this cup, it's represented by actual fire, like little lanterns. See, but in reverse, it's like. So the Seven of Wands in the traditional tarot is somebody, is fighting alone at the top of this bat or this hill or something like that, fighting for their life, right? That's what I think of. And on here, it's depicted as 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are multiple lanterns. 2, 3, 4, 5 of them are lit. A couple of them are broken. One of them isn't lit at all. So there are multiple lanterns. So some of them look like they've been through some things. So it's like he's not at a stage where he's fighting anymore. I think there was something that he dealt with emotionally, because when you die, it's not like all of a sudden whatever you cared about while you lived doesn't matter anymore, because it does. You still have to work through whatever it is that you were going through before. To come to terms with or to reckon with the feelings that you had, the emotions that you had, because it's everything from what it looks like just in this spread right here. Just a few cards, but from the way it looks right here in just these few little cards, things were not as they appeared. I'm not saying what happened exactly, but I am saying that it doesn't look like what the news or whoever, the PR people, whoever reported about his passing is not totally accurate, and that his legacy is not what he would have wanted it to be. I hope I'm right. I hope I interpreted that well. We got Four of Pentacles, which is usually a card of like, look at that glare, like stinginess. You holding on to a bunch of coins. It's like they're all there. Big money. You holding on tight to it though. Followed by the Seven of Swords, which is all the ways somebody can cut off your head, basically. And then the Nine of Swords in reverse. So this wasn't a battle or anything that was keeping him up at night. I don't know. It's like he pressed buttons. I mean, he was always a button pusher. He was a career button pusher. That's what made Prince Prince. That was that was his persona, right? To push limits, to push buttons. I mean, he had a whole song called Controversy, in the late 70s or early 80s or something, it was before my time. I didn't come along to the late 80s. But that was the whole premise of that song, right? It's like, like I'm just controversial just because I exist, right? So it wasn't anything that he was losing sleep over, but apparently others were. because Prince was worth more than, like, it wasn't for greed. It wasn't for greed. Like, him holding on to his art and doing his thing, no matter how weird it might have looked or seemed, it wasn't out of greed. Um, I feel like I read somewhere where his net worth was like $300 million or something like that. I don't know if that's right or not, but Prince was like, I mean, he could have had a gajillion dollars, right? He could have. That wasn't his end goal, though. Like, it wasn't about the money. I mean, it was about the money, but it wasn't about the money because you only need so much money. You know, you only need so much money. Five of Swords in reverse, and so like I said, it wasn't no skin off his back. Like, where other people would have seen there being conflict. Like, oh, maybe they had a problem with him, but he didn't have a problem with them. It was just, yeah, he was fine. Like I said, he was not losing sleep over this. The nine of, so this is getting on my nerve, damn glare. But that's my fault because I could readjust things. But I hope y'all can see that. That's what the nine of swords look like. See the person sitting on the bed, the face is covered, they look all depressed and stuff. The nine of swords is that, that's that anxiety and that depression and stuff. Like, he wasn't, Prince, at this stage in his life, at the end, like, Prince is actually quite chill. Um, yeah, yeah. And we got the Five of Pentacles here, like, money was money and everything was cool. We wasn't hurting for anything. Um, he wasn't quite peak Prince anymore, but I mean, Prince was Prince, like, you know. King of Swords in reverse. And so if Prince was a Gemini, right? Wasn't he born in like June or something? In early June, so make him a Gemini. Now, with that being in reverse, it does make me think about something. There was something. Unless he got beef with another Gemini or another air sign. It's possible. But I don't know Prince's people like that. I don't know his personal people. So I can't comment on that. The only Gemini that I know officially is Prince. Now we got the Knight of Pentacles here up next. Then the High Priestess in reverse. Then the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. This is some legacy tarnishing stuff. I mean, just to sit up and say he's another musician who died of an overdose. Like, he don't like that. He ain't feeling that at all. Nine of Cups revert. No, he is not satisfied with it at all. It's like, what did y'all do? The Ace of Wands in reverse. It's all on here. Like, for somebody who was, for somebody who was so conscious, or conscious of his own image, because his image was going to be what he made it to be. So, if he wanted to be the little man running around in a leopard print thong on stage, like, that was what he was going to do, because that was his choice, right? And so now he doesn't have a say in the matter. And if anything, that's what's bothering him the most. Is that he don't have a say in how his legacy is being carried forward, because supposedly he didn't have a will, and I mean, lots of folks die without wills, But it does seem kind of crazy to me that for somebody who was that controlling and that nitpicky about what happened to his art and his money and everything, and about everything really. Um, no, it never sat right with me that he didn't have a will. And what these cards are telling me is like he, it don't sit right with him either. So maybe there was something written down somewhere. I mean, maybe there's not. Maybe, I mean, they said that there's not, but you know, who am I? Because this is 10-year-old T, and like I said, I never met Prince in person. I don't know him, or I didn't know him personally, and I'm only allegedly talking to his spirit. So, um, then the Emperor reverse. This given, you know, a crooked authority figure. I remember, another thing I remember reading a few weeks, maybe a few months before Prince died, was about him getting the rights to his music back after all those years of fighting with Warner Brothers. Because that was the label that he was under in like the late 80s or early 90s or something like that, and that's who he was fighting with in the first place, to go and change his name so that he could continue to perform without giving them any money. uh, Brilliant, by the way. But he had gotten the rights to his music back not long before he passed. So I don't know who had full control over his estate and everything. I know his sister had some control over it. I don't know if she had complete control. I think he has another sibling that also has a share. But then the sister died like a few years ago. So, yeah, I don't know who has the Prince estate now. So, Prince's music is all over streaming platforms that he refused to put on. That he refused to put his music on while he was living. And after he died, it was everywhere. I mean, as a Prince fan, as as a listener, I'm grateful for that. But just knowing what I know about him from what he shared publicly over the years, like that don't line up with who I have understood him to be from how he presented himself in interviews and whatnot. So, so while there's all of this activity happening right now where he is being venerated. It's his 10th anniversary. I believe Minneapolis, where he's from, that they're doing some sort of celebration, some sort of Prince Day or something like that. So, if this were any other time of year, the topic right now might be a little bit different. But since all of this is being brought up, there's so much chatter that's happening right now within remembrance of Prince, and then all the old stuff is being brought up again. It's like, yeah, let me get this off my chest. And another thing, that's what it's giving a little bit. It's like, and another thing. Ten of Cups comes up, as does the Seven of Cups. He's happy where he's at. So I guess that was like the one thing. I don't know if it's the one thing, but it's one major thing with him that I suppose continues to kind of mess with him a little bit while he's on the other side and working out whatever he's got planned over there. Oh, the Lovers. Nice. Nice. These are quite lovely cards here at the end. He has love. He experiences love. So he appreciates love that he receives. Not just the gossip, but the actual love that he receives from fans and whatnot. But also on the other side, he has love over there. So whoever he is tied to, tethered to, whatever on the other side, he has a wife or something, I don't know. Um, but he's cool. He's good where he's at over there. Um, so it's not like he's in a rush to come back and like reincarnate or nothing like that. He gonna hang out over there where he's at. Five of Cups in reverse. You know, it's like he has no regrets at all. He has no regrets over how he lived his life, which ties back to the initial card with the Queen of Cups and the Santa Muerte. It's like, yeah, they might have taken him out or taken his body or whatever, but like, you take my body, but you can't kill my soul type of energy. Yes, like you can take my body, but you can't take my soul. I was okay with it anyway because he'd already made peace with his spirituality. He was just at a stage in his life where it's like, you know, I feel like I've lived a pretty good life, and whatever happens now is cool. Whatever happens, happens. And so he's not necessarily upset about leaving, whether he was forced to leave or not. That don't really bother him too much. But it's like, just what y'all did to my name, my legacy, like. And he has no say over that. So it's not like oh, you know, I should still be living right now. Like, you know, he'd be cool if he was, but you know, it's one of those. It's like either way, he's fine. He's fine. Let's see, he was what 57 when he died, something like that. So that means he'd be 67 now, I think. I don't know. I think he would have turned like 58 that year, right? I don't know. But whatever the case, I mean, personally, I think that's still kind of young for anybody to be dying. But again, with somebody who had lived a life like his, he lived a pretty full life, you know. He had had the experience of doing what he loved, making money from doing what he loved, which is not something that everybody can say that they had the opportunity to do, let alone be able to do it successfully. Had all the beautiful women that he could have had, and whoever else, you know, if he was into that, I don't know, but he had fun, all the fun that you could have. Got to explore spirituality, won awards, experienced love as well as hate. So there's not much that he feels like he missed out on. So again, no regrets. No regrets. I like that. And then strength comes next. And then King of Cups in reverse. And so like all these male figures keep popping up. These male strong figures, masculine figures or dominant figures keep popping up. They're all in reverse. And so it's making me think, kind of venturing back off into conspiracy land a little bit. It's making me think it was a scheme that Todd set up. It's a scheme or some kind of plan against him. Because I'm sure he's made way more money in the last 10 years, which, you know, that's the case for anybody, even regular folks. You know, you tend to be worth more money dead than alive. Let me grab another deck of cards. Let's see if I can reach it without knocking stuff over. I just feel like I need to pull a few from the Truth Oracle, because that sounds like what I need to do right now. I only got 6 minutes, Prince, so we gotta make this do what it do. And when I come back, I'll have cleared off some stuff in my memory. Then I can record some more. Okay. Reconcile. So what did I say earlier about, just him needing to come to terms with certain things or trying to, deal with certain emotions? It's like, he's reconciled. Just the key words on here are repair, cure, understanding, and concession. So it's like he's reached a point now where he knows there's nothing that he can do about it. I mean, it doesn't change how he feel, but this is part of his healing is to firm. So we're not firm is wide awake, clean, decisive. So this is not about addressing any rumors or conspiracy theories, but just knowing that how it ended for him. How it ended for him was not. It wasn't what he intended. It wasn't what he wanted, and it wasn't how they said it was. But he all right with it because it's whatever, basically. Because he had already made peace with his days being numbered. However that was going to turn out. I feel like I just wanted to conspiracy land a little bit, Prince, but okay. So then we'll pull the addiction card. Addiction. Drugs, alcohol, obsession, toxic attachments, encounter, love at first sight, crush, meet by chance, and then letting go. Surrender, open, give up, release. So, he was a man of many addictions, but drugs wasn't necessarily one of them. It's addicted to love. That's what I just got. He's like addicted to love. I don't know. It was just kind of funny if that's the case, Prince, because I heard some stories about you, honey. But again, this is him letting go, releasing all of that, so that I guess whatever comes next, because like I said, he's found love where he is. So whatever that looks like for him over there, he has found it, and he's good with it. And the last card I'm pull is this one, is the key. So it's like he's let go, which is I suppose the answer to his stuff. So I'm gonna let it go right here. So I'm gonna let it go. We're gonna let it go right here for right now, and then later on when I'm a little bit more available, and my memory is a little bit more available, we'll come back and we'll do another session. Right? Alright, so I hope that I answered, or that I was able to speak on your behalf and speak accurately for the most part. That's a yes. That's a yes. So, I guess I'll talk to you later. Thanks, Prince. Bye. and he's gone. So I'll post the other video. Maybe I'll post a link to the other video if I ever decide to share it. But thanks for watching.